Good afternoon and welcome to Artists of Color. My name is Elaine Hall-Corbin and I am your host. And this afternoon my guest is Zina Worley who is a designer and a craftswoman. I've known Zina a long time. And Zina, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Elaine. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying this one for a while.
We have.
But we finally got it. I've been studying, buying, watching your work for a very long time. And I love everything you make.
Thank you.
Tell my viewers a little bit about you.
Okay. I've been sewing since I was 5. Yes. As I got a little older as a teenager, being that child that was on punishment a lot, my mother sews, so I had to cut her paper. So I did the paper I cut paper for about a year. And then the next year, I cut the fabric. And as doing that, I found that it was like a puzzle.
Okay.
So I said, I can put this together. So my mother said, okay, if you can put it together, make this jacket. So I made a jacket at the age of 14.
Ooh.
And,
do you still have that jacket?
No, I don't. So then going to high school, I made all my clothes, had customers, my friends made their clothes. Calvin Klein inspired me to make my first pair of jeans.
Calvin Klein?
Calvin Klein. So when Calvin Klein came out with his jeans, I was like, I can do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
so,
my goodness.
What I did was I put a big Z and a big W on the back pockets.
Okay.
And wore them to school. Put some splits down the bottom. And everybody was like, wow.
See?
Yes. And after that, I did fashion shows for about a decade. So every year I did a fashion show, focused on wool and linen.
Okay.
So coats, the coats had the pants, the suit, the jackets, shirts. Yeah. So
You designed these
I designed
yourself?
Them, yes.
Okay.
And then I did home. So bedding, bathrooms, dining rooms. And then from there, I went into baby. Someone said if I can make a coat, they were like, you can make a crib set. When I had my youngest child, and I was like, no. But I did it, and after that, the baby products just took off.
Took off. So
I did that for about maybe 10 years, spin over into hats. And then that's when you met me.
Okay. Yep.
So Malden Mills, which is a manufacturer of fleece. Oh, so I was using the same fleece that Eddie Bauer, Lands End, North Face uses. The mill was in Methuen, here in Massachusetts. So I made the hats and the ponchos and.
My favorite.
Your favorite, yes,
My
your
ponchos.
favorite. Then what did I do? Then spin over into hats, and then one day I was cleaning out some inventory and I found a piece of leather that I had purchased decades ago to make a leather skirt. But at that time, it took a long time to make a product.
Okay.
So I was like, well, the manufacturing part of it is different today. It's not as detailed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They cut a lot of corners today.
But back then, they didn't. Everything was precise.
Yes. And then when I made the tote, everyone loved it. And I was like, okay, I can do this. It's no different than working with fabric.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah. So then I invested in an embroidery mill. No, I'm sorry. I invested in a leather machine.
Oh, okay.
So then that just took off.
I know.
And what else did I do? So yeah.
It's not out here with me, but you know my favorite bags. Yes.
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
bag.
yeah. I forgot about the bags. Before the leather bags, I went into just making handbags, totes, and it just took off. So I did that for about, I guess, 5-6 years. Okay. And I'm so hot. What else? Yeah, but the bag, every bag is different. So your bag,
Yes.
that's the only one I made. I didn't do any more after that.
And you're not
Well,
Are you going to do any more?
I will do some more of those.
Okay.
And now I'm going to do it in leather.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because
Need help to save Mama. Oh well.
but yeah, that bag it's nice.
I love that bag.
And a lot of times it's a challenge. It's like, let me just see what I can do.
Okay.
Okay, I do it, and it's like, okay, great. I can see what I would do differently after a bag has been made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I want to back up to your fashions, your wearables.
Okay.
When you were doing those and you were designing them, did you have specific designs in mind, or did you just think of something and just kind of like put it together?
My style's more conservative, European. Like my designers that I like was Anne Klein, Givenchy,
Okay.
Giorgio Armani. So that's what I followed. I followed those designers. And it was just a matter of I like that style. I didn't like going into the stores, purchasing when I can make it.
True.
I left out for maybe 5 years. I just strictly made coats.
Yes.
That's all I did was coats. But there was a time where this woman was following me. I would see her every day. And she was like, I got to stop. She's like, excuse me, where are you getting your clothes? I was like, why? She said, well, I have a different way of getting clothing, and I want to get your clothes. So basically, she was looking. Yeah. She was looking. So she was looking in all of the high-end stores for my clothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Couldn't find them.
She couldn't find them.
Of course not.
No.
They're one of a kind,
One of
and
a
they're not
kind.
in stores.
Yes. So that was that. I knew I had something, and I just like to be different.
Yes.
But for her to go out and actually look for those clothes and not be able to find them, that said a lot.
Did you? So did you start doing stuff for her?
Thank you. No, because she would get clothing and then sell it at a discount price.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But yeah, just different designs, different styles. I was always ahead of the color scheme and the prints.
Okay.
And people thought, well, I'm different. But then the next year, they would see those clothings in the stores. So it would be prints, I just like different.
I know you do. Ponchos.
Yes.
Gotta talk about my ponchos.
Okay.
When did you start doing? Because I know it's outerwear. When did you start, and how long did you do them?
I started the ponchos shortly after the baby. Once I got a hold of the fabric,
Okay.
and I like to be different and just try different things.
Mm-hmm.
So making the poncho, because I like to be warm, but not hot.
Just warm.
And the fabric was nice, it was soft, it was breathable. And at that time, North Face it wasn't in the stores. Because people would walk up to me and want to feel it. What is that?
What is that?
Yeah,
North Face wasn't in stores yet?
not at that time.
Okay.
And they weren't, well, if they weren't using just the fleece.
It's the fleece.
Yeah. So the ponchos, it was just like, let me just do this. My mother wore ponchos all the time, so I was just like, okay, let me see. And then I did the turtleneck, the
Yep.
pullover.
The pullover, that.
And then the wraps, and the wraps went,
Like crazy.
Like
'cause
crazy.
I've got 2 of your wraps,
okay.
and I've got 3 ponchos.
And I had the store in CVS, the window space in Grove Hall.
I remember. See, I myself was up there.
And I couldn't keep them in
As
the.
fast as they went in, they came
Come
out.
out, yes.
Yeah, because every time I said, wait a minute, there was something there the other day and gone today.
Yeah. And so with that, when people would see them, they knew it was mine. It's just like the rain hats, like that rain hat.
I know.
So the rain
Everybody loves
hat,
the rain
everyone sees those rain hats. And the rain hats are fleece, it's laminated.
Oh, okay.
The troops' uniforms are made out of that fabric.
Okay.
So when I say it's temperature control, it's based on your body temperature.
So it's cool.
It's cool, and then when you need to be warm,
It's
right.
warm.
Yes.
designing. I know you've been doing this, as you said at the beginning, since you were 5. And did you, at any point in time, have any formal training?
No.
So you've always just done this?
I've just done it.
You've just done it?
Yeah. I like puzzles. I like putting things together. I could see a suit, and I could tell a person how many pieces that suit had.
Okay.
And
that's fantastic. How has this been for you? As far as your life and going forward, and and doing what you do and connecting with different companies, especially like clothing companies.
Let's see. Well, the clothing companies, what I found is it's not as easy to get into, and if
Right.
you do get into it, your sales,
Sure.
I would not get what I feel is worth. Because the department store wants their portion of the rent or the sales.
Mm-hmm.
What else? In terms of being, having this product and making it and designing it and wanting people to purchase it. So the way that I get the sales is word of mouth, special
Yes.
orders, commission. I had stopped
Craft shows.
craft shows, so I do a lot of open studios.
Yep.
I've done a few high-end shows, so those are like 4-day shows. It's a lot of work. Yeah, so and then because I do so much,
Yes.
it's hard to pinpoint what that customer wants.
Okay. I understand that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about bags.
Okay.
You make a bag, you design a bag. What comes across to you as to how you want that design of that bag to look like?
It's just like with the clothing. I see the fabric, I can make. That dress would look really nice in that fabric. I saw this bag, and I wanted to do something a little different and just have that creativity. So with this bag here, this was the second one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and with the second one, I was like, well, with the first one, after putting it together, it's like, okay, this could use a front pocket.
Oh, okay.
And on top of that, then the bottom could be different.
All right.
So I played with the leathers just to see what looks good in terms of combination.
Combination, okay.
And then also with the rivets, like there's so much that goes into it. What I want in a bag, and that's first. Because then I think that's what she wants in a bag, whoever she is.
Right.
So the bags in the stores, after using the pocket for a while, it'll come apart. And then also the magnetic, I put a magnetic snap in here.
Oh.
Closure, extra security.
Right.
The back, I put another piece.
Oh, okay. You put another piece in the back.
I put another piece in the back to make sure that these straps are secure.
Secured.
So I stitched so much goes into leather. So
I
I
bet.
glue it, then I stitch it, I rivet the inside again so it's secure. No matter what you put in here, it's going to hold.
It's still going to hold.
Right.
And then you got a pocket in the back.
I got a pocket in the back. I like pockets.
I can see.
So, okay, so she has her cell phone, her iPod. It can fit right in here.
In there.
It's in the back. She got the wireless headphones or she has the cords. It's here. Her wallet can be back here. If she catches the bus, her bus pass is here.
It's right
Everything's
there.
handy. On the inside, I love, again, there's a couple of pockets inside. I like it to be colorful. I like to be able to see what's inside my bag when I look in.
And see what's in.
When I'm putting bags together, I'm in a zone and I'm just going and moving. And there's no pattern. As you can see, each one of the bags are different.
Yes. Yes. Tell me about that one. I like it.
Okay.
And that's the only one you have.
That's the only one.
See, that's one thing about you. Everything you ever make is always one.
Yeah.
So nobody's ever going to see another one like that one.
Right.
You're only going to see that one.
Right.
So tell me about that one.
Okay, so this bag actually had, well, I wanted a combination because the periwinkle by itself, it's plain. Like, to me, it's plain. I need to see something. So I said, okay, let me use some navy blue and bring those two colors together. So the navy blue on top of it. So this is a pocket.
Oh, that's a pocket.
Yes, a pocket.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I like that.
What I wish I had done was brought the white stitch across the top, just to give it a little more, some contrast, something different.
Different.
The reason why these edges are the way that they are, it was folded and was on the inside, and I didn't like it.
Oh.
So I cut it
So
open and I put a patch on it, on the sides.
On the
It's just
sides,
yeah.
yeah.
Something a little different. The strap, I wanted the strap to be different. One side's periwinkle, one side's blue. But when I put them in
Oh, I
here,
didn't notice that.
it's twisted.
Okay.
Okay? So again, the periwinkle is with the navy, and the navy's
Maybe
with
it's with the periwinkle on the other
Yes.
side.
So, and again, on the inside, there's a pocket inside. It has a magnetic snap.
All right.
It's just a little shoulder bag. And then
Yeah, when did you start getting into those? I remember when I first saw those.
tassels.
Yes.
I had made somebody liked them. I was like, okay, well, I can do a couple of these. I found the hardware at a place where people buy handbag hardware.
Is there such a place?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
There's
that.
a lot. So I wanted my tassels to be a little different.
Yes.
So
Did
that's,
you specifically
yes,
cut those
I
too
did.
for you?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
yeah, again, just to be different.
I like them.
So the little clutch bag,
Yep.
again, matches. So
You've got a pocket behind that too.
got a pocket behind it. Okay, so then again, whatever you want to put back here. All the leather is doubled, so it's 2 pieces of leather. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
single, because again, it gives it some extra weight,
Wait,
and it's sturdy.
and it's exactly.
You know, little snap on here. Again, hardware. So in putting the leather together, it's 2 pieces. You glue them. You have to wait for the glue to dry. Then you stitch. You do your hardware. You punch your holes, and you put everything together.
You're creating. You're creating bags. In the process of creating a bag, or let's say a number of bags, how many bags would you put together, create, stitch in a day?
In a day,
In a day, how many can you do in a day?
I can do a little wallet. I can do some wallets, like this.
Like that?
Yeah, but
But,
this bag,
you know, a bag
this
like
bag
that,
this,
or a bag such as that one.
this might take 2 weeks.
Oh, because of,
Because it's just, it's ongoing, okay, so what can I do next? What can I do next? So I'll lay the leathers out, I'll lay them and just maybe clip them together, walk away, come back, look at it. If it catches my eye and I'm like, yeah, that looks good. Then I'll put
Okay.
it, then I'll start putting it together. Then as it goes on, then I'll look at the linings. What's the lining look like? How many pockets can I put in here? How wide are the pockets? So I just keep going. It's not like fabric. It's not like, let me just put this together.
right. Yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
I'm sure leather's much different.
Well, it's just a matter of
What
once it's started,
Yes.
if there's a hole in it, that's it. You got to go with it, or else it's ruined.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it'll take a couple of weeks, and it depends on to the style of the bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the wallets. So I could do 2 or 3 of those in a day, but again, because it's different in the front, it's not. I like them to only have brought one with me, so it's. Okay, so this has a pocket in the back.
See, all I saw was the front of that, and when you put it down, and I'm saying, is there a pocket there too?
There's a pocket. That I put a pocket in. And see, I don't know what I'm doing, so sometimes it surprises me, like what's inside or what's on the back, because I
Oh,
forget.
okay.
Because I'm in that zone.
Zone, and you're just you're creating and you're just putting together, of course.
So it's two different types of leather, two different colors.
Yeah.
And again, it's what looks good with that.
Okay. Now I like the burnt, and then there's the dark on the outside.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's burgundy and then it's brown.
Yes.
What I did with this is beige. Once it's like this, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this isn't, I'm not crazy about it. But it looks good.
It looks good.
It looks
and
good.
it does. It
Right.
looks good.
So yeah, it's they're all different.
I like them.
So I really like putting these together, like when it's rainy, the weather's bad, because it's just something I can work on. I can cut 10 of them.
Oh, okay.
I can glue all at the same time.
Oh, all right.
Let the glue dry, punch all the holes, then do all the snaps, put those together. I'll do everything at the same time. So it's not just make one, start the next one.
So you just,
It's
almost like a
production
process.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to ask you what your studio looks like. Because I know you work from home. And do you have a specific studio in your house where you're just there?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So it's about 5 machines.
Wow.
So 2 industrial. So industrial leather, industrial serger, home serger.
What's a serger?
A serger does the inside of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's what that was called.
Yeah, I made
you
this
make
dress.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I like it.
Thank you. So the serger keeps your fabric from unraveling.
Oh, it does.
Yes. So I have an embroidery machine.
Uh-huh.
And a really nice home machine. It's a regular sewing machine.
Sewing machine?
Yes. And nice size embroidery machine. So the embroidery machine is a home embroidery machine. It's not industrial.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know about those different machines. I mean, you figure, companies make clothes and they're clothing companies, but I never knew, what types of machines that seamstresses and, creators use. And so having known you as long as I have, this is the first time I'm getting an idea of what goes into making a bag, making an outfit, making a coat. Yeah. And I'm gonna put it out there. I love my blue coat. I love my blue poncho.
Your poncho, yes.
Love my blue poncho. Well, here's a funny one for you.
Okay, listen.
My children said to me, would you please ask Zina to make you a coat? I said, what?
Okay.
So now it's out there. Zina, my children would like you to make me a coat.
Okay. All right, I can do that for you.
Because they're saying, we love this poncho, but did she get something else?
Okay, I can do that.
And my daughter, though, the purple one that I got from you,
Yes.
my daughter loves. She said, Mom, that fits everything. But that blue thing,
Oh, they want you to put it away.
they do. But
it's
you know
warm.
what? I'm not putting it away.
But it's
Because
warm.
how cold was it? I had my poncho on with a couple of sweaters underneath, and I was fine.
Okay.
And people couldn't get the idea. They
don't know.
They look at me. Are you warm? Yes, I'm warm.
They don't know.
They have no idea. It's just like, well, we're going to continue our little conversation here. And
Okay.
I want to back up and talk about your designing of outerwear and how that goes. So actually, we're going to take a break in a second here, and then we're going to come back. And I don't want my audience to go away because we've got Zina here, and Zina Worley is my friend and a fantastic designer, and I've always loved everything she makes. And I'll admit, sometimes I look at things and I say, oh, really? But I love everything she makes. I mean, she's even saved me. I've had a bag. How long have I had that bag?
You had that bag for about maybe 10 years,
At
maybe
least
12.
Maybe. And then Zina looked at the bag. She said, oh, no.
Yeah,
The bag has a problem. We got to fix it.
Yeah, I put a leather bottom on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did, and I'm so happy. Well, we are going to come back shortly, and we're going to continue our conversation with Zina Worley. Good afternoon. I'm Elaine Hall-Corbin, and thank you. Welcome back to Artists of Color. And my special guest today is Zina Worley.
Hi,
Zina,
Elaine.
thank you for coming to visit me today.
You're welcome.
I really love, I've been, we've been doing this for a minute. And I have been so honored to have you come because I love all your work. I love all your fashions. And for us to actually sit down and have a conversation about what goes into what you do, that is like phenomenal, absolutely. There's this, saying and talking about phenomenal woman. Well, that's how I see you. I see you as a phenomenal woman because your work is so precise and so beautiful, and even a lot of it is ethical, even though it's modern at times. Like I love. You have some coats that I've seen that you have made, outerwear, and I love them because it's got that, some of them have that African look to them and the African material. I love that stuff. Okay. I really do. But I want to back up and let's talk about your studio.
Okay, so in the studio, it's, so I have an 8-foot table. It's like a office conference table.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I cut. I do the cutting. So there's everything. I have these sheds inside the room. They belong outside.
Sheds
they're like,
in the room? How big is this room?
It's like I guess it's supposed to be like the dining room or the living room, but it's pretty big.
It's pretty big.
So I have 3 sheds that look like they belong outside in the home and garden. Okay, so for tools. So I have 3 of those, and that's what I used to store the fleece in. That's how, I used to store the fleece in those.
Oh, okay.
But now it's, fabric. The leather is on shelves. I have all the tools. I have everything. Everything's like right there. So it's a workshop. It's a workshop.
Bet.
Yeah.
I bet. When you're in your zone and you're thinking about what do I want to do today? What do I want to create? Let's talk about this. What is, I know it goes around your neck, am I correct?
You're correct.
So what is it? Is it a neck warmer?
It's a neck warmer.
Interesting.
So I had this neck warmer that came up pretty high, and I put leather trim on the side, and it has like 7 snaps. As soon as I made it, somebody saw it, they wanted it. Again, that was the only one that I made.
One that you had.
And I wanted something that was a little more smaller, shorter, so a woman can wear it while she's at work. Her neck could be cold, and she just put it on, and so she's warm. I just think about, okay, so when I start, it's like, what do I want to make? So in my studio on the walls, I have different phrases. So one of them is, I must do the thing that I think I cannot do.
Oh, I love that.
Do it with passion or not at all.
Oh. Are these your sayings or are these sayings that you found? And that they hit you and it made you say, this is who I am, this is what I want to be?
Yeah, I saw them somewhere.
Okay.
And I'm like, that needs to be up on the wall.
Okay.
Then there's wherever I go, whatever I do. So some of them are scriptures.
All right.
And yeah, so it's just all up on the wall. If it didn't work last year, it's not going to work this year. So I'll just go up.
Oh,
that's what it says. If this did not work this year.
Oh. Last year.
It's not going to work this year. Right. Oh, so there's been things that I've made that I just won't make anymore because it didn't sell like I thought it would.
It would.
So it's like, don't put any more time or effort into that.
Okay.
And every year I'll get up on the ladder, I'll cross off the 5, put a 6.
Another ladder person.
And I just go on ahead. So now I'm at 2018.
Yes, you are.
And so that's where I start at. And I'll just look at all the pictures that are on the wall. I can do it, make it happen. Those are other phrases that I might have found somewhere, and I'll just take them and cut them up and tape them to the wall.
And make them yours.
And I'll forget some of the things that I've made, but then when I look around the room, I can see Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I had fun with that. What did the inside of that look like? So when I'm taking my pictures as I go through the process, it's a reminder of what I put inside.
Okay.
And especially when I have that customer who's like, just work it out, Zina, this is what you do.
See?
And then when they get it, they're like in tears because they didn't expect it. It's more than what they expected.
What they expected.
Yes.
Tell me about this bag.
Which bag?
That one there.
That one there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that leather it's a hair-on bag. The front of it's hair-on, that's the back. So I like that bag because it's, you can carry it either way. Oh, thanks. I can carry this bag either way. So I put a big enough pocket there for my phone or her phone, for the phone. And the strap, you can't see it, but the strap, one side, it's not an even strap. So again, it has a little more something to it.
Okay.
The front of the bag, or the other side of the bag has, it's fur.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. And the inside of the bag, I put the line, like, I had fun with that bag. Again, I wanted to see what it would look like, what it would do. And it was well received. The person who brought the bag last year, Open Studios, she saw the mate that goes with it, and she just had to have it. So that leather, I believe, and I might be wrong, but yeah, I am. But it's thick. It's thick. And it's soft at the same time.
Oh.
So that's the hair on, and I went through the process. Like I have a lot of leather that's the same tones. I wanted something that matched the stripes.
Okay.
And I think I did a pretty good job.
I think it is.
See the end of the
I like that.
See the strap? The end of the
Yes,
strap?
strap, yep.
This side is different from that side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and again, I put the rivet, I double stitched it. The bag it's gonna hold up well.
Well.
Yeah.
And you made
The clutch to match.
the clutch to match.
Yes.
Wow.
And the clutch has pockets on the inside and a pocket on the back of the
Okay.
clutch. So yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah.
That is
so
fantastic.
Did well with that. Okay.
Do you find, and I've been told this by other artists, do you find that when you're, not in your zone, but you're just relaxing, you might be sleeping, whatever, do you keep like a little notebook and pen by your bed, and if you think up ideas, that you kind of like jot them down?
I used to, but I always keep a pad of paper in my bag, always.
Ah.
And I sketch a little bit, like if I'm in a meeting
You.
and yeah, I'm not paying attention to the meeting, I pull that out. It looks like I'm taking notes and I'm drawing a bag. So that's
There's
this
our bag.
bag.
But that's this
Yeah,
bag, but in a
but
different
Yes.
color.
Yes,
Like it,
thank you.
but I like this one better.
Yeah,
I love them both, but
but this, yeah.
it's more earthy.
earthy.
That's earthy too, but this is more earthy to me.
Yeah,
I love it.
thank you.
It's really, and then I noticed that,
So that's in the same setting.
yeah,
You notice?
I noticed that the colors. Is this like a snakeskin? That's what I wanted to ask you.
It's more on a gator.
That's a gator, because then that's a gator too. And I noticed that the colorings match. So you found like two different color gators.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I do. I love that. They're both beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So what have you been doing? What are your future plans? What do you want to do
Man.
with Zina Fashions and Designs for the future? Do you have any ideas?
Well, what I'm going to go with, so that's that bag.
Yes.
So Z's Fashion Accents, I'm going to still continue to use that name for the social media handle because it's been out there for so
for
long.
so long, yes.
In the direction that I plan on going in, I'm using my name,
Oh, okay, Zina Worley.
Zina Worley. Yes, when I started, it was Zina Worley, and then as time went on, I had a very unfortunate situation with my name in a product that I made, and yeah.
Okay.
So I
Yep,
just decided,
it
let me move away from the name, but
And go-
it's time to go back to the name because that's who I am.
That's who you are.
That's who I am.
That's definitely who you are.
So the future is, I'm working on trying to get like the hats in some of the
See
bags
this one
inside of
before?
a department store. That bag is large.
How big?
It's big. It's big.
Too big for me then, okay.
Yes, and it's too big for me.
Oh, wow.
But again, I was just trying, like, let me see what this looks like.
Yes.
And what can I do? So when I
And
started
always
that
got
bag,
the pocket.
when I started that bag, it was only half of the bag, the side with the pocket on it.
Oh.
But when I was putting it together, I couldn't get inside the bag. So since I couldn't get inside the bag, I was like, I got to add another piece of fabric to this.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a bucket bag. And again, let me
bucket.
just see if I can just try to do this. So I put feet on the bottom of it. There's some studs. You can see the studs
Oh,
on the
yeah, I
bottom
do
of the
see
bag.
them.
In the
I like
rope.
it though.
Yeah. It's nice. That was one of
And-
my first bags.
Really?
Yeah. And I can tell just because of the
Oh.
stitching, I can just tell.
You can tell it
Yeah.
was.
It's one of my first
I
ones.
like the handle though.
Okay. Oh, I changed that. It was something else.
Oh.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
cut it off and put another one on.
Now I can't remember. Oh, these my little guys.
How'd those get on there? That one's, okay.
I love that. What in your in that particular bag that was back, the what I wanted to know is I don't remember, none of your bags have zippers. And if they
No, they don't.
I did not think. I kind of I don't mind it.
I know.
I think it's wonderful.
Well, the reason why I didn't put
Yeah, I was gonna
zippers,
ask you why.
when I was buying bags, and all the bags had zippers, I never zipped my bag.
Oh,
And then paying attention to when I'm out and I'm looking at people, I'm looking at women, the bags weren't zipped.
okay.
So I'm like, why am I going to put the zipper
Zipper in
No
there,
one's
so I'm
gonna
never
use
gonna
it.
zip it.
Right,
Okay, I just always wondered that because I noticed that none of your bags ever had zippers.
right.
That's okay. I love my bag
Oh,
without the zippers.
And it would, that's something I was just thinking about not too long ago, so excuse the hesitation. I tossed with that one. Why won't I put the zipper in? It's
Oh,
almost
really?
like I have to force myself to do it.
Oh.
It's
So
not
if you-
hard. It's not, I
right.
know how to do it.
See?
I just,
But if you have to force yourself to do it, I
Then-
say then it's not meant to be.
right.
It's not meant to
But
be.
if all the women are looking for a zipper, then I should put the zipper. Just do a few,
Yeah, just to see
just to see.
what happens.
Yeah.
You know, you don't
Yeah.
have to
No,
necessarily.
But
If
I have,
they-
but see, I purchased tons of zippers.
You do,
Because
and
the
you've
idea
never
was,
used them.
I'm going to use these zippers for these bags
Okay.
and then use them. So I have a lot of inventory for notions and tools, and because the idea was there, but
Right.
just didn't do it.
Just didn't happen.
Right. So that's the other part of this year is to use,
You're
because
gonna
you spend a lot of money on supplies.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they're not
And then just
used.
sitting there. Yeah.
I hear you.
and then I give them away.
definitely hear you. Yeah, I mean, jeez. This, I know it's a clutch, but I like the
The leather.
leather.
Yep. It's,
Question, when you get, and this has to do with this, when you get your leather, is it, do you have to design or is it already that particular pattern?
It's that pattern. So it's embossed. It looks like snake. It's thin. So I'm still learning about the leathers. So that leather's thin.
Oh, it is.
Yes. And that's actually a designer piece of leather.
Yes.
So where I get the leather from, if the designers don't use the leather because they're making couches and ornaments and stuff, then my leather supplier will get them. So then that store has them. So then when I go, this is what I see. So it's like, what do I do with this?
Okay.
What can I make? Is it going to hold up?
Right.
So again, that's where the secondary leather is thicker than the primary, which is the snake. And for this, I put that magnetic closure on it,
Okay.
which made it pop as silver.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's a soft leather.
That's a soft leather.
Okay.
I'm looking at the pictures. I know how to get there. So that this bag is the same shape as the bag with the hair on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I just did a little something different, put a different type of strap on. The flap has, it's unfinished, and it has the odd shape. It's just the end of the leather.
Oh.
Like the end of this, like the flap on the
flap.
gray.
Yes.
That's just the end of the leather.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
And so's this. It's just a raw edge.
Raw edge. Okay. How do you get your leather like this? Is a blue? Am I not correct?
It's gray. It's gray.
It is a gray. I thought it was a blue.
It's gray. It came that way. It has a rustic look to it.
Yeah.
Distressed. So when you touch it, it just does
Feels-
something different. No,
Okay.
it changes its color.
Oh. Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even notice that before. I want to ask a question.
Yes.
Let's talk about what department stores have you gone to about your, your fashions, your designs, and what has been, what has been the answers that you've gotten?
When I first approached this department stores, it was for the coats.
Okay.
And the buyers, there's a lot that goes into it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't just, okay, well, we like your coats and we're going to take them. So that's one. Two, when I decided, all right, I can put the bags in the department store. So department stores have changed.
Yes, they
So
have, haven't they?
the product doesn't belong to the department store. So when you go to the store and you see Coach and you see Michael Kors and they all have their little section
Yes.
in the department store, they're paying for that space. So they're renting that space.
So the designers are renting the
that space in the store.
I didn't know that.
So if you can't pay your rent the first month, they'll let you stay the second month. But if you don't make it the second month, they give you have to remove your clothing. Yeah, and they still want their money.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be worth it.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Besides doing all of the different shows and open studios and markets like that, do you have a website?
I have a website.
And does it work for you? Does it work as far as marketing your designs, your fashions? Does it work for you?
It could work for me if I pushed it more.
Okay.
But people are looking. They're looking at the site and they are purchasing. So
They are?
Yes.
Good. That's what I wanted to know. See, I didn't, because today, I had to figure out what I was doing as far as putting information out there for you. And I had never looked up your website before.
Okay.
So I said, well, let me check. But I don't think I ever got to the website. I just found the information that I needed in other places.
Okay.
So I was just wondering if you had a website and how well it was working for you.
Yeah. So I have a website through the Square. So the Square get the little device that goes on.
Yeah.
Yes. They have a store for you.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know they did that.
They
Okay,
do.
all right.
So
And it's working for you?
it's working for me.
Good. I was wondering. So still, let's back and talk about the future.
The future right now is to push the website.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the hats into a department store in the South.
Really?
Yeah, I want to just start with something small. So it's a contest, and if you're chosen,
If you're
it's
a contest.
It's a
then.
contest. If you're chosen, you meet with the buyers, and they take you through the process of pricing, the SKUs on their card. So when it scans, production, because they make all of the hats. They make your product for you.
Oh, they do?
They do. They go over fabrics with you, what you like, what you want to see. And you supply 14 of their stores and their online store. What else? So yeah, if I'm chosen, So I figured I would have something small that could be
Good
easily reproduced and being in stores.
Now, they would be producing for you?
They would be
So
producing.
you wouldn't, okay, so you would not actually have to massively produce?
No.
I know, that would be a little bit of work.
A lot of work.
But that's good. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
I really do. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
your plan, that's one of your plans for this year?
That's one of my plans, yes. Continue to push the leather bags,
Okay, always.
well, leather products. And for all of them, oh, that one's black. Yeah, that was the first one.
That's black?
Yep, it's black.
Oh,
And it's a thin leather.
okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
thank you.
Reminds me of Halloween.
The strap.
There's the orange with
Nope, it's a cranberry color.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
I could not tell.
cranberry cherry. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
I do like that.
What other thing? Okay, so I have a lot of bags that are cut, cloth bags. So, yeah, so cloth bags, hats, everything that's cut, that's been waiting
To get
to
done.
be made.
That's
That's
2018 work.
2018 work.
There you go.
Yeah. So, moving forward,
When you're not out,
out where?
when you're not out doing shows, places like, not Northeastern, Roxbury Open Studios and others. Do you just do Roxbury Open Studios, or do you do other
I
open
do other
studios?
open studios.
You
So last year I did Dorchester Open Studios. I've done Natick Open Studios.
Oh,
Who else? That's all I can think of right now.
okay.
I did the Boston Christmas Festival one year.
Oh, okay.
I tried to get into Craft Boston in Paradise City, but it's a process.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's all a
Like,
process.
have you thought about the black market?
I have thought about the black market. It didn't line up with
Okay.
other events I had
It
scheduled.
had already scheduled, sure.
Yes.
I was just wondering.
Okay.
I like, me, because, when I first went to them, I looked in the store and I opened up the door and I looked and said, wait a minute. I see all these people with their this and their that's and the others. I'm saying, where's Zina? I want my Zina and Zina's not here.
Yeah. Quite a few people have called me and asked
See,
me
like,
where was I.
what happened to Zina?
So if it fits into my schedule for this year,
Okay.
I'll do a couple of weekends and see how it's received.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What artistic, and I'm going to ask, what artistic organizations are you affiliated with?
I participated with Arts and Business Council.
Right.
So their first year for the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the poster woman, if you will.
Yes, you are.
For the fellowship.
Okay.
Yeah. That was
Good.
interesting.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I got a lot from it.
Okay. I bet you
Yeah,
did.
I did.
Yeah, because that's how I found out about it, through you.
Okay.
Yeah, you were the one that told me about it. And I tried the first time. I've tried twice. Not yet for me.
Okay.
But I'm going to continue. I need to see exactly what they're doing or not doing and where I should be with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I applied for Fairmont Innovation Lab.
Oh, I don't know
yeah.
about them.
Up in Scorner.
Okay.
So I didn't get accepted, but I will apply again.
Again?
Yeah.
Now, what is it? The Roxbury Innovation Center. Have you been in there and talking with them at all?
One year we had open studios there.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So I have been there. I talked to them briefly. They were going to have a pop-up shop for local artists, but I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, because I never saw that come about. I always wondered You know, and I think that was one of the reasons the black market got started,
Oh,
you know, because there was no place,
okay.
you know, for artists, especially in, you know, in the Dudley, Roxbury area, besides Roxbury Open Studios, but something that could happen on an ongoing basis, you know, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons that got started.
Okay.
And I'm just always looking for you
Okay.
everywhere I go, because I tell people, you know, everybody wants to know, what about that? Where did you get that? And how could you get that? And why did you get? I have a personal coat maker. That's what I tell them. I said, if I can't get a coat from there, I don't get a coat, period.
Okay. I'll give you some cards so you can pass
Yeah,
them
because,
out.
you know, and I like what you do. I love your work. I love your fashions, your designs. It's like, I find that, you know, women of color that are doing their own thing, and it's anything they do is one of a kind. You don't have to worry about seeing it on somebody else.
Right.
That to me it's very heartwarming to me, and it also makes me feel like, you know, we're out there.
Okay.
You know, we're out there, and we can do just as well as the big guys sitting in the big offices, you know, in the big corporation stores,
Right.
you know, and you're one of those people.
Thank you.
You're one of those people. I am very happy to know you, very honored to know you, love your work. We'll always hang out. We'll find you wherever I go,
Okay.
you know.
All right.
So I want to thank my audience today for having to letting us come into your studio, your homes, with my guest, Zina Worley. And also, you know, just hang out with us again. We will be around again on the 2nd of February. And I will have an author, and her name is Valerie Fox. So please come and join us on the 2nd of February. Thank you for coming to Artists of Color this afternoon. Take care.
Thank you.